Okay. It's good. And we should be good to go. All right. Now we should be straight. This should be public now. I see it here, and I'm hoping that everybody else can see it too. Now I'm going to share. I think we can resolve the problem. There we go. Now, I don't know what I did. How did I get into this view? I just put it. Okay. I just want to make sure it's showing up on all the places I added so we can share it to your page. Looks like it. Yep. All right. All right. I see one share. I think we should be good. I don't know why my Facebook is doing this. It's so weird. Like, it's just looking weird. I don't know why it goes dark whenever it wants to. It's just strange. But
you probably have it set up like on a certain time, just like your car. The lights come on a certain time. You just probably got to set up a certain.
Maybe it is just strange. I'm like, what is that?
Strange, all right. And I like it.
Now, before we even get started, let's make sure we see it everywhere because it looks like it on my end, but I can't tell. So, gonna find out. All right, and then I'll just come back over here once I see. All right, it looks like we're good. I see it on mine.
On Sundays, generally, do you share it on the young lady's page who is generally your co-host?
She just gets just like this. She just gets on it like this, and we share it in BB's room, and then we share it all over so people can view it. But we do it just like this. It's just that sometimes it looks like it goes private and all these things, but let me make sure we see somebody that can tell us they see us, and we'll be straight.
This was on my page.
Yeah, click it. If you click it, then you'll see. It should be the same because I'm looking at it, and if you click it, because it doesn't show that it's private, I don't see the lock.
I just clicked it. This is what I get.
What does it say? Private? All right,
no, it says.
All right, let's do this. Oh. All right. Here we go. I think I might have resolved this. All right, hold up. I think I might have resolved it. Let's make sure I see it there because it's supposed to show in all these ways. I think we might go out of there and look now. See if you can see it. I'm going to go right back to that and share that one on your page too. It's like multiple places. You got to click it. And I see it live there. It says happening now. It shows.
To my page?
I'm about to tag it to your page. The one that I just.
You're in the show. Everyone can see and hear you. Stay in the studio until your recordings are uploaded. Private chat, comments, record, stream this with your audience.
It just showed me live. I'm just trying to make sure that I see it. All right, I see us. And there's no locks on it. I can share it. Now watch this. You should be able to see this now. I'm going to share it on your page too.
You send it to my inbox.
Yeah, no, I know. But I'm sharing it to your page now.
It is live on my page now.
Yeah, there we go. Because when you set it up in StreamYard, it looks like, if you look on Facebook, it doesn't look like that to the public. But it looks like, yeah, I see.
It's not on my page, but I'm on your page.
But I just tagged your name, so you'll see it now. You should see it now. I just tagged your name.
I think what that does is bring me to your Facebook page, but as long as you can see us, that's all that matters.
Yes,
Because
yes, yes.
it's on your page.
All right.
We're
So
good.
even
See, let
when
me
you,
show
oh
you.
wait, I see what you mean. But then you can do that.
Yeah,
Where's
I'm
the
just on
copy
your page,
link?
but I can share.
All right.
I'm gonna share to
Yes,
my
yes,
own
yes,
page.
yes. That's what was trying to do to copy the link. Good. There you are.
I'm gonna
Share it to
share,
your page.
share,
All right.
share to some pages.
And then
All
I'm just gonna
right, all
come back
right.
to the
We get
studio.
there. We get
All
there.
right. We in there. We got our little technical difficulties out the way.
I'm sharing with a couple of Black artist groups right now.
Okay.
And
Take your
if they
time.
watch this, maybe they will allow it.
See if I can hear. There.
Peace and blessings, whoever is watching. We appreciate you tuning in. We have had a little bit of technical difficulties because sometimes when it's time to upgrade, we don't even know it. And you know what they tell me? Mercury's in retrograde. So that might be some of it as well. We don't know. But we're going to have a dynamic conversation about some of that.
We here now. We here now.
You ready? You ready to roll, Olivia? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Do you hear me? Is there an echo?
No?
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Let me get out of Facebook. It's a, there we go. I had to get out of Facebook because it was making an echo.
Okay.
All right. There we go. I don't need to
All
have it
right.
up. It's live everywhere.
All right. Peace and blessings, love and light. You know what's so interesting is we were going to start this interview with my friend Sinette's sister, Olivia McGraw. We're going to do it 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock. Where is she at? Pacific or Eastern?
Easter.
Eastern time.
Easter. Easter.
But it
Mm-hmm.
looks like we're now doing it at 8 o'clock ish Central. And I'm glad for you who have joined us. We have taken the opportunity to tag a few people. And please stay with us as I'm going to dive into a few questions with her. I've shared with a few people in the group. Hopefully, it's on my main page, but if not, I'll share this later. It doesn't matter. Um, so I'm just going to get right into it. Olivia, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear
Okay.
me okay?
Did you know that Olivia is a Latin name meaning olive tree? And it's the feminine alternative to the boy's name Oliver. And in the Bible, the olive tree is a symbol of fruitfulness, beauty, and dignity. Did you know that?
I did not. I did
Okay.
not.
In, in addition, based on the Hebrew variation and their specific meanings, it also means peace, rest, tranquility. These are other meanings of the name Olivia. I love that name. I've always
Okay.
loved that name ever since I watched the Huxtables. Huxtables.
My
Uh-huh.
mom was a
Yeah.
fan of Little House on the Prairie. So she got that name from around that era, Little House on the Prairie and the Waltons. People used
Okay.
to ask me, "Is it Olivia Newton-John?" And I'm like, "No, it's a
Okay.
country little country girl."
Yes. Okay. Okay. So let's dive right into it. What I want to start with is I want to know a little bit about you. So I live in Illinois, and you live where?
I live in Virginia, area known as the DMV, right outside of DC in Maryland. DC and Maryland are about 30, 45 minutes from where I live, but I was born and raised here in Virginia, Northern Virginia.
Did you know I thought you lived in New York?
Oh, really?
I did. Yeah.
Born and raised. I traveled to New York, for Shrine Affairs and My husband's family is from New Jersey, so we are up that way. Not as often as we used to be, but we get up there quite a bit.
Okay. You have children?
I have one daughter, and I've got an angel in heaven, a son in heaven. But my daughter, she's 28. I have two grandsons.
Oh, okay. See, these are things I didn't know about you.
Oh
And
yeah,
you said your husband. How long have you been married?
I have been married for 20 years. We just had our 20th anniversary in March, but we've been together
Mhm.
for 30 years, married for 20.
But wait a minute. What are you 35? Y'all got together when you were 5? Like, I
I
thought you was
wish,
like in your 30s.
look, I got two grandsons, one 4 and 2. You can guess my age after that. But 30 years, I met him when I was 16, almost 17.
Okay.
Hmm.
Wow. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love that.
Yes.
And so did you grow up with both your parents?
Um, Not really. I mean, I grew up with my mother. She played both roles. My father wasn't, so to speak, absent, but he was struggling his own demons at the time.
Mhm.
Finding himself and
Mhm.
everything. So we have a relationship now, but we never really didn't have a relationship. But he wasn't as active. My mom was the sole parent.
Okay. You have sisters and brothers?
I have two sisters. I'm the youngest of three girls. Two sisters. Yes.
Okay, okay. So, literacy. It looks like you enjoy reading and writing. Is that true?
Um, I've always loved writing. I didn't get into reading until a little under 10 years ago. I picked up. In fact, I'll show you what it was.
Okay.
Picked up this little book. It's something that I keep because every now and then I just go back and read it. Where are you? Here
Okay.
you are. It was a recommendation from a friend who's also an author and an artist of many many hats, and I picked this little book up. It's a little teeny
Okay.
book. It's called Illusions: The Adventures of the Reluctant Messiah by Richard Bach. And I picked this little
Okay.
book up and I read the whole thing in one night, and it really
Mhm.
just um it moved me, not just because of the text, but it was so almost like something so obvious that we overlook, obvious things that we
Mhm.
overlook. And it kind of just one of those things that just make you go, huh? And it gave me a good,
Mhm.
I was able to picture the words versus it being, a scene
Okay.
being painted for you. I was able to picture the words that the author was writing. So from that moment, I mean, I just started reading, reading, reading. You know what I mean? I like all kinds of books.
Good, good. Speaking of books, we are here tonight because of your books that I have here, and I'm so grateful to have started reading it. This was on my mind, The Journey to the Center of Me by Olivia B. McGraw. Tell us about the picture. Why did you choose this cover?
Um, I did not want the picture. What I ideally what I wanted was
Mhm.
it to be a being where you couldn't tell if it was a woman or a man,
Okay.
and a silhouette of a being walking into the light per se.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And then when I saw all the beings that I could find, they looked more masculine, more like, it didn't have the balance that I was looking for. So I chose a silhouette
Mhm.
of a woman that looked to be like an African woman. But it was important that it wasn't me because even though the title says The Journey to the Center of Me, as
Mhm.
people read, they'll understand that it's technically not the journey to the center of me. The story may be about me, but it's more of I call it a lifer's pilgrimage. You know what I mean? So anyone that reads this book, man, woman, elder, young person, will be
Mhm.
able to think about and reflect on their own journey.
Yeah.
It's not showing someone a way to go. It's just reminding them that they already know their way to go. You know what I mean? That
Yes.
individually as a
Yes.
collective, everyone is on their journey, and You
Yes, we
wave
are.
and, and that's pretty much what it's really about. The journey to the center of me, you, the next person, each
Yes.
of us.
Yes, yes, yes. So this is the book that we're talking about. She's the author. I want to just kind of touch on the aesthetics of the book really quickly. I will say that I love the way the fonts are in the book. I like the space in between there. I like the type of font that is used. I like they're not too small, they're not run together. So it's easy on the eyes to read this. Um, I like the illustrations in it. I like the pictures in it. I like the facts that you have in here. Um, Daddy's little girl, of course, I was that. And that's what really made me ask you that. But I think that that's for whoever can identify with what a daddy's girl is. That's your reflection or interpretation of what a daddy's girl is in this book. I definitely saw a lot of things that reminded me of my own book. And I was like, wait a minute, this is almost verbatim about like something that I've experienced. I do see pictures and things of that nature in here, so people will be able to um, kind of see in their mind's eye uh, what you're talking about, things of that nature. You see pictures like this in the book. And so I appreciate that. I like the way you started off. It kind of reminds me of my book where you have some type of a quote or reflection at each one. Why did you choose to
Mhm.
put these quotes or reflections over each of the
So,
chapters?
so in my entire life, from the day I can remember, my family, my mother has always listened to music. Music has always
Yes.
spoken to the soul. It expresses whatever you're feeling, whatever you're going through. There is nothing that people have felt that somebody else hasn't. And these artists with music, especially old music, they had a way of
Hmm.
speaking to the spirit. And my mom would
Yes.
play the reel to reel, and we would listen to music. So what's at the beginning of every chapter is a quote from a song.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is. And when I say that this was on my mind, I always say that there's music playing in the background of
Oh
my
yeah.
life, the
Yeah.
entire journey. The
Yeah.
record list is so wide. It's just
Hmm.
that if you knew what was on my mind and you knew what my soul was listening to, you could relate. You know what I mean? So I felt it necessary to add the companion playlist at the end and tell folks that they should really listen to the song before they read the chapter so that they could understand the emotion behind the
I
words.
love that. That's a good tie-in. That's very good. I love it. 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 Very good. So, we talked before, and I was telling you that with my book, my stepfather invited me to have my mom read it. You shared with me that you didn't want to release your book until after your mother. Why was that important to you?
Well, so my mom knew about the book. My mom was the one who encouraged the book. I would put inspirational posts up on Facebook, and I always wrote, and she had taken a bunch of things that I had written and compiled, and she kind of put things together. So this book started out to be nearly 20 years ago was this. This
Mhm.
was this book. This book was literally a handwritten book, as you can see.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
when I had it put together, and it was this was the cover page she originally wanted it to be, and different things. And when I had originally put it together and I gave it to her, she didn't have a lot of comment. She didn't seem like it made her feel, any kind of way. But when I got it back from her and I read it, it wasn't my story anymore.
Mhm.
The way it was written, it was the facts and everything was true, but it
Mhm.
really came from a place of still hurt,
Yes.
um,
Yes.
revenge. I wanted,
Yes.
there was
Yes.
still some people I really wanted my lick backs, you know what I mean,
Yes.
at the
Yeah. Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And I had not, I hadn't met myself. I hadn't done any shadow work. I hadn't
Right.
really, faced the things that I was ready to talk about. See, I never had a problem with talking about it. I never wore this
Mhm.
shame. I always was open to talk about anything, but when I read the book, it wasn't my story. you know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wait a minute,
Mm-hmm.
this is not how I feel. I don't feel like a victim. I don't feel like this or that. I understand the processes
Mm-hmm.
that I had to go through to recognize what healing meant, but that wasn't my
Yeah.
story. That story came
Let's
from,
talk
it
about
was with
that.
malice, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The process, you said the process of what healing, what was your process? Because I think people have different ways. One of the things that most coaches, therapists, psychologists that I've met with, experience have always said to write a letter. And I think that poetry and journaling are our letter writings, even if we don't ever deliver that letter to someone. But it's a way to kind of get it out of our body, out of our mind, even though there's residue and stuff. So when you say the process and it wasn't you, what was your process of healing?
The, well, almost like I hear a lot of recovering alcoholics and addicts say the first step is acknowledgement. I had to acknowledge that there was something broken because I never identified with needing to be healed. What the hell do I need to be healed for? Ain't nothing broken. Things that happen in my life were
Yeah,
just things that happened. I learned from them, I
yeah,
grew from them, but I ain't broken. I'm still, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yet I had built this person
Yes.
that wasn't, it was a costume character, like a paper mache person. I'm
Mm-hmm.
rough and tough and all that stuff, you know what I mean? Kind
Yeah.
of thing. And inside I still desired this soft, this thing that I felt I was robbed of. But it wasn't anybody's fault. So I really
Mm-hmm.
never, to me, I didn't identify that way. So I literally had to finally acknowledge and say, okay, yeah, I noticed, I know it wasn't right. I know a lot of stuff wasn't right. I knew that, but I still never felt like this victim. So now I got to say to myself, I have to actually agree to say, okay, I surrender. Yeah, I had to be a victim, which it's still hard for me to vomit that word out of my mouth because I still totally never felt like a victim. But I had to acknowledge that things and traumas and different things did create the character that I built. So that was the first step in that
Mm-hmm.
process. And that's like meeting yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and it ain't pretty. It ain't pretty when you see yourself. It really isn't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Because it takes honesty, it takes courage. Um, and So that was who you were at that time. And we have these different phases of life. We have these different cycles of life. That was you wrote that book, and that was the person that was writing it. And then you read the book. Now this is the person who is seeing that person that you wrote about. And now, where are you on your journey?
Now I am watching my mother wither away. I'm watching a good, close, young sister friend of mine wither away, die from cancer. My mom, when she passed, it was unexpected, but not a surprise. She had a lot of health issues, and it was a race. I wanted to get the big book done before Cherie passed away because,
Mm-hmm.
we shared a lot, and she was really a good, young sister to me. I wanted to get the book
Mm-hmm.
out before my mom passed. I had all of these time stamps that I wanted to meet,
Mm-hmm.
and it couldn't happen. It just,
Mm-hmm.
I can't even explain why it couldn't happen, but when it did, it was right. It
Mm-hmm.
just, it seemed like, and I can't question divine timing. It
Yeah.
was like now you have what you need to say because maybe I
Mm-hmm.
needed
Mm-hmm.
to experience those people that I thought so much needed to be here physically, but I needed to have those emotions be, something that I was challenged with to work through. And it just came out when it was supposed to. I think that if she was here, she would be proud of this.
Yeah,
She definitely would be.
1,000%. 1,000%. 1,000%. Um, this book. So I've only had it for a little while. I've only read some portions of it. I see some facts that you have in here. as it relates to like fatherlessness, facts about African Americans and things of that nature. Is that your target audience? Are African? Now you said you on here you have a lifers pilgrimage. Is lifers broad, or do you have a specific target audience that you would like to hear this?
It is more broad. Now, granted, a lot of the a lot of the occurrences, a lot of the lifestyles, a lot of the surroundings and environment will resonate more with the African American men and women,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
fathers, absent fathers, fathers who want to be present and couldn't be present,
Mm-hmm.
mothers who've lost children to drugs, to gun violence, to suicide, um,
Mm-hmm.
people who are in search of God. Now, that being said, that because of a lot of the circumstances are more prevalent in the African American communities,
Yeah.
the Lifer's Journey itself speaks of every nationality, every religion, every sex, because it questions your innate promise of the life experience itself.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what your race is, I've had white brothers and sisters, I have had Chinese brothers and sisters. If you have a nationality that I have yet to meet and embrace and hug,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that at some point I will if I have not, you know. So it's
Mm-hmm.
really not geared towards just one. It will resonate with more African Americans, but
Mm-hmm.
a person who's soul searching, it will resonate with them.
Mm-hmm. Why did you feel a need to write a book now? We have all this AI and all this technology and all that kind of stuff. Um, why did you feel it necessary to write a book?
I love that question. I wrote this book now, because it was a personal goal, I had no expectations. I I had no concerns of anybody ever buying the book, anybody ever reading the book. I had no, I had no desire to be anything. It wasn't something that like an accolade that I was looking for. I literally wanted to leave my record in the world. I have grandchildren who someday may have children. They may have children and they'll never know me, but the stories that are told. And I'd like it to
Mm-hmm.
be where I left my story. My story was told by
Mm-hmm.
me. I left my record in the world. It doesn't matter if the world sees my record, but my family,
Yeah.
my lineage, so many of us are searching for our lineage, and it's so hard as Black
Yeah.
folks as it is. We're
Yeah.
doing DNA tests, just trying to figure out where
Yeah.
our origins are. I want to make sure
Mm-hmm.
that I
Mm-hmm.
am the Medu Neter left in the pages for my grandchildren, the hieroglyphs,
Mm-hmm.
those things that are
Mm-hmm.
carved in stone. So it's literally just the observance of my record of experiences that I wanted to leave. That's it.
I appreciate that a great deal. I can understand that. And while you were saying that, I don't know why I had the vision of whenever we try to trace our history, um, just to see a ledger with our great great grandparents who was on this plantation. You just see their names on this list. They were here. They existed. They
Mm-hmm.
walked the earth. And so I resonate with that. I understand that, and it reminds me of. I don't want to go too far with this, but it reminds me of, like you said, the Medu Neter. We can see the writing on the wall, but when it comes to biblical things, I don't know where Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John's stuff is. You know what I mean?
And
I can
what I
see
will
Tutankhamun.
exactly. Yep.
I can see
And the
those
thing
things.
is, you can see those things, and there's a lot of things when you get down into the different beliefs and walks of faith where it's required for you to believe and have faith. But what I say is one of the most important things about this book is on a lifer's pilgrimage, you will realize that when you when you go on your lifer's pilgrimage and you come to the understanding of knowing who you are, he or she who meets his or herself meets God. So in that sense, should you come out of that and you say that I want to be a Christian, I want to be a Muslim, I want to be a Buddhist, I want to be a Kemetic practitioner, whatever it is that you come out and say that you choose to resonate with and you choose the ritual with, you will do this in a sincere manner, because it wasn't, see, what I want people to understand is not so much as being way showers, but being way goers. Go the way. You don't have to show the way. Let your light so shine. You don't have to say, look at me, my light is shining, follow me. I know the
I
way, I'm the
like it.
truth and the light. You don't have to do that. You just be that. You be those
And that's it.
things that you
We are
question.
human
And what
beings, not a
happens,
human doing.
that's it. That's it. So if you're a
Yeah.
way goer,
Yeah.
not so much as a way knower, because nobody knows it all until the all has been done,
Mm-mm.
until the end. That's all you knew for this experience when your all is over. So instead of being
Yeah.
a knower of everything, everybody's walking around here, Wikipedia and Google search informants. For what? What good is cluttering your mind with all of this knowledge if it cannot be applied in the world in which you live in right now in this moment? What's it
Yes.
going to do?
Yes.
You know. So in that
Mm-hmm.
in that case, instead of standing on a soapbox, I just try my best to live. And if I change my mind tomorrow, I'm not packing my bag. I'm not packing light. I'm going to pick things up and I'm going to put them down. And that's it. I'm going to stay empty-handed and remember to be weightless, because there's too many illusions that
And
will weigh you down. You know what I mean? Just that's it. And you see things with a deeper understanding. You know what I mean? Just a not on anybody's level, higher, lower, any of that, but on this journey of experiences, I've been able to appreciate things a lot different. You know what I mean? Even
mm-hmm.
death.
Yeah. 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 And you are who you are, not who people. Because people have an idea of who we are in their mind, perceptions and things of that nature. Whether it's our family, co-workers, whatever, people have their perception, but we have to know our own identity, how we identify ourselves, how we align ourselves with the divine, and what experiences we choose to have, whatever those might be. Like you said, I want you to compact what you just said into why. Two whys. Why should someone read this book? That's the first why. And the second one is, I guess it's a what? Why should they read this book? And what do you want them? I guess that's not fair. Because I think you want them to take away from it whatever resonates with them. Whatever they say, eat the meat and throw away the bone. You can, whatever resonates with you, or if it doesn't, if you read it, you can identify with some things in here. That's your part of the journey to the center of yourself, knowing yourself. So
Absolutely.
with all of the books that are coming out, even though we do have all of this technology, I'm a writer too, and I like holding an actual book in my hand. I
Mm,
really, it's just something
that's the thing for me. Yes.
yeah, it is. It is. It is. So why should we read this book?
You know, why shouldn't you? Um,
Yes,
to be
good.
honest with you, no, to be honest with you, like I said, it wasn't even an expectation for that.
Yeah.
But because now this is the situation at hand, and all of the feedback, and I'm so humble, all of the feedback that's coming in,
Yes.
I think that life is hard.
Yes,
And
it is.
I think that the hardship of life is more illusional than it's not. Because people are strung out on struggle, you know, whatever it is, relationships, finances, a lot of us are addicts of struggle. We don't even know what
Woo.
long-term goodness looks like. And we're
Woo.
afraid of that. because you're so used to being strung out on a struggle that good is got to be worse than struggle,
No, you know
evidently.
what? I think the
Um,
good is scary because I know it's coming. I'm going to fail again. I know
mhm,
something's is not going to happen right again. He's going to leave me, or I'm not going to be able to pay a bill, or something. We look for that instead of I'm just going to enjoy the journey.
mhm.
I'm just going to
And that's the
appreciate
thing,
what's going
what I want, that's exactly what I want. Even if it's just the moment that you read it, you did what? You took a moment in this moment to just sit down and chill for 1 minute. You know what I mean?
on.
We
Yeah,
will go on vacation. You don't enjoy your vacation because what you doing? We're taking pictures. You
exactly,
know,
exactly.
I don't get a lot of pictures because I make sure to to keep this moment, bury this
To
moment,
have the
take it with
experience.
me because
Mhm.
the kids aren't replete, the elders aren't replete, I'm not replete. This experience could be just that. After that, everybody could be gone. This could happen, that could, just anything. So
Mhm.
this experience, I'm still going to be able to find the blessing when when I'm mourning. There's still a blessing in the moment that I didn't miss. I was present when I was there.
Mhm.
That's called living while alive. I'm not chasing afterlife. I want to live right now in this experience. Whatever
Yeah.
happens after this experience, I'll deal with that then. you know.
Yes. Yes.
So
Eckhart
I really
Tolle's
just
book.
want someone to do that. Just sit in the moment. Listen to one of them songs and you will find yourself sitting in the moment. You might be hitting a J,
Yeah.
you might just be sitting back. Whatever it is, you're gonna feel it.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel it. If you was once a
I like
dope
it.
man in the 80s, you're gonna feel it. If you was a dope
Mhm.
head in the 80s, you're gonna feel it. You know what I
Mm.
mean? If you
Mhm.
was a young woman who got touched or something happened to, you're gonna feel it. But
Mhm.
it's not powered to the trauma. You're gonna see the victory in this. It's not about there's not a lot of sadness. It's just a light. It's almost like at the end you just say, you damn right. That's it.
Okay.
You know
Okay.
what I mean?
I like that. Good. 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 When you were speaking, it reminds me of Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now. It's a
Mm,
great book. It's all about the
great book.
now. Yes, 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 yes. I appreciate this. I would like to have a part two. We weren't able to really get on, at a certain time, and we're just barely scratching the surface. I want to go through and actually read this and come back and dialogue, ask you questions, tell you how it made me feel, let transparently if I liked it or some things that I didn't. Yeah, this right here, I didn't I might challenge you on some things.
Please
You know,
do.
yeah,
Please. I look forward to it. I definitely do look forward
yeah.
to it.
I think that that's going to be a good conversation. We're going to get you set up on that professional mode so that people can
Absolutely.
ask questions because I wanted people to be able to chime in and ask you more about this book, about yourself, about what the word pilgrimage means. Because when I look at words like the center and God and pilgrimage, it would make one think that it's religious, which it's not.
hmm
See what I
It's
mean?
not.
It's
hmm
spiritual. It's about you knowing who you are and who the universe, the creator, the divine is in and through you, is what I'm getting from you. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. This is it.
Absolutely.
This is it. Where can they find this book at, Olivia?
The book is pretty much available anywhere, but you can get it right off of Amazon, which is the easiest way. And there is an e-version as well for all of you that love Kindle. It is available on, and you can also scan the QR code. It's also my profile page. That'll take you
Yes,
right to the Amazon page. But you can
yes.
definitely get it there at Amazon. It's supposed to be hitting Target soon, so we shall see. I don't know how I'm going to feel if I walk through the store and see my book on the shelf. I mean, I might have my moment, but you know,
Hmm, hmm.
um, anybody who's local in the DMV and that would like to come out on Friday, the 6th of September, I am having a book signing. The
Excellent.
event, that is My
Excellent.
birthday's on the 7th too, so it's gonna be pretty dope. I got family coming. So excited. Virgo, it's Virgo season, you know what it
It is
is.
Virgo season.
Yes.
Okay,
But I would
okay.
certainly, anybody in the area, I would love to see y'all. I like to see family and close friends, and I always like to have an excuse. So the birthday and the book event is just an excuse so I can see folks and hug up on some folks, you know. I love getting
Love
my
it, love
family
it.
together any chance I can. So if this is the
Absolutely.
excuse, then this is what it is.
Olivia, can you also, as readers, as writers, authors, can you share with our viewing audience what you bring to the social media platform on Sundays at 7? I think yours is at 7 or 8 p.m. Central. Please share with
We do
them what you
6:30.
do at that
Yes,
time.
absolutely. Me and my best friend, her name is Lee Latanya Martin Covert, and her daughter, who moderates for us. Shout out to my moderator, TJ Tamira Covert. Also, oh yeah, I got to shout her out too. Wherever you are out there, Miss Tamira Covert, my editor, very, very, very talented. Without her, oh my goodness, she basically went through. That's my best friend's daughter. She went through the entire journey with me because she edited for me, and she was awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Mhm,
But on
mhm.
Sundays we have a group that's called BB and Miss Lee's Story Room. We tell stories to the children at 6:30 every Sunday. We
Mhm.
shout out, we do projects. If the kids want to participate in projects, there's gifts. But we tell classic stories, new stories. We welcome guest storytellers. It is a safe space. There is only, we screen the people who are added to the group. So if you have children, little ones, you all look at YouTube, come on over to Miss BB and Miss Lee's Story Room and listen to us tell the kids bedtime stories on Sundays at 6:30.
Wonderful. I absolutely love that. Olivia, what is your perception of literacy today? Has it declined? Is it about the same? Are we improving at all? What does literacy look like both for our children and adults?
It seemed like it went from very like ancient literacy that we didn't know about. It went from very advanced. It seems
Mhm.
to me that the format of literacy is declining, even from ancient times. Because if you think about even with misnomer the hieroglyphs, the medunetter on the walls, the precision, the symmetry, everything had to be in a specific. It had to look good. It had to be in the square principle. Then as things,
Mhm.
you get into the later times and even our era. If you think about it now, cursive, they don't even teach handwriting in school. Everything is
Right.
with technology, computers, like you mentioned earlier, AI.
Mhm.
I come from pen and paper. And I think that it's not so much to say that this advanced technology isn't good, but it really takes away the basic motor skills to think and
Mhm.
to comprehend. If you can
Mhm.
just click a button that there was nothing thinking, you did not develop your own vision or to even, solve a problem, everything is just with the machine. So I think that it's definitely dumbing down.
Yeah.
People will not be literate, but they will be tech savvy, which
Yeah.
as you can see, I'm not, you know. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
I think it's a catch 22 because when I think about the Medunetter hieroglyphics or the cuneiform, which is the clay tablets and things that were used, I think that, and even my license plate that I covered and I'm getting ready to put on my car, I
Oh
think that,
wow.
yeah, I think that we're just getting back to symbols. Oh, I had it upside down. I think that we know we have ankhs and we have various symbols, and I think that when we look at writing, even in other cultures, Hebrew, Chinese, they use symbols, and our
Mhm.
alphabets are just symbols. They really are just
Absolutely.
symbols, and so now we're just getting a picture. And so I don't know if we're regressing or we repeating history, which they say history repeats, where we are going to lose some language, but it's going to be all compiled into one symbol. This one symbol, the Ankh is going to mean life. It's going to mean, Mayat is going to mean several different things and things of that nature.
Uh-huh.
I think we're moving back to that. Even when you see wheelchairs, that's a restroom where you can have a wheelchair, or
Mm-hmm.
the men's bathroom, the women's bathroom. All of these symbols
Yes.
that we have on our phones and stuff like that. What do you call them? Emojis and all this. They represent so much now. So I'm like you. I don't know if we're necessarily growing, staying the same, or regressing, because I think it's all three in different areas. I think it's all three. I
Yes.
think we will
Yes. I
live.
do.
We are in this matrix that's connected to all these machines. We are in this matrix. But to unplug means to come back to the books, come back to things of
Mm-hmm.
this nature. To unplug from the matrix means to put fruits and vegetables in your body, natural things. And we're going to have
Mm-hmm.
a whole platform about we live in the world of fakeness, fake
Mm-hmm.
lashes, fake hair, fake news, fake body parts, fake
Everything.
artificial foods. It's not even real food that we're eating.
Mm-hmm.
Artificial intelligence. The oxymoron. I said it on my page. Intelligence means you're smart, you're a thinker, but it's artificial
Mm-hmm.
smartness. It's fake, not genuine, because you're not studying anymore. And so
Because
when
you
it
didn't
comes to
think. You just
providing
asked someone else to do the thinking.
exactly. And you have people like us who like my book took 9 years to write. I'm in the middle of simultaneously writing four. And the reason it's taking longer, most people, I hate when people do that to me. I thought you was having another book. I thought you were going to do this. You know what? Soul food takes time. It comes from my soul. Food for thought,
Mm-hmm.
soul food. It's not junk food. It's not fast food. It's going to take some time to cook up a book like this. That's going to hit your soul, your spirit, your mind. It can change you intellectually. It's not a fast read. You read some, Baba Kameen said, you read some and you come back to it, you flip through it. Some books you take what you need from it. So we have to
Mm-hmm.
even know be readers, and readers as far as reading books, but readers of energy, readers of vibrations,
Mm.
readers of visuals, you know.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to read this book, read the energy that's in it, think about the person that I have met. It's such a pleasure to have met you. And thank you for allowing me to do this with you. We are also going to have an author's event. We have met so many phenomenal authors on the way. I have
Yes.
shared with you. I don't mind sharing, and I hope that
Mm-hmm.
they have viewed and will share with their audience. But I am planning to do an author's thing. I don't even want to compare it to anything, because people say these black book signing events, it's going to be phenomenal, whatever it's going to be. I visualize in 2025 and or 26, we're going to have that. But you already know what's coming in 2025. In
Oh
St.
yeah, I
Louis.
can't wait. You
Yes,
know it.
yes,
You
yes.
already know.
This
I'm
is
so
Olivia
excited.
McGraw. May I ask what's the B stands for?
My maiden name was Brooks. I didn't have a middle name. So I
Oh,
was Olivia Brooks. Yes, I didn't have a middle name. But when I got married, I obtained a middle name. So it's
okay.
a plural, so I just keep it at B because it's
Okay.
Brooks, after before.
Yes.
So I just say Olivia B. McGraw.
All right, all right.
Yes.
This was on my mind, the journey to the center of me. This is Olivia, phenomenal woman. Please pick up your copy. Share this video. Um, Take a look at it. I think it's it might be a mirror to yourself. You can read this book and you might see some reflections of yourself. You might be reminiscent. I love music. My daddy had tons and tons of 33s and 45s. My stepfather did too. He was a DJ. So whenever I read the top of these pages that she has, I'm right there reminiscing and remembering what some of these things mean. You can kind of see it in front of her book right here. So get your copy. Thank you so much, Olivia. I need to have this. Oh, you did sign mine.
You know, I mailed you
My sister
yours.
does. My sister does want a signed autograph copy as well.
I know she gonna get one too.
Very good, very good. Well, I appreciate your valuable time. I hope that I've asked questions that encourage you to think, that inspired other people, and that will have people to follow up to order a copy of your book.
Absolutely. I thank you so much. It's been an honor. When my best friend said, you know who you need to ask? You need to reach out to your sister because she was your friend. And she has, and you do your presence, your interview presence. You always, you make everything just flow.
I'm glad.
So
I'm glad to know
it was
that.
an honor, and I cannot wait to see you soon and
You
for us to keep
will.
building just like we doing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Uncle Maya, peace and blessings, love and light, namaste, all of those wonderful high vibrational words.
Absolutely. All
All right.
right. Love you all. Peace.
All right. Peace.